Good morning. Happy Monday. This is the kind of video I would normally make sitting at home in front of my computer with the statutes in front of me so that I could, remember everything in the statutes. But this is kind of a trickier situation because Earl has already given me a copyright strike, so I can't play his video. So I figured if I can't play his video, I might as well just do the whole thing sitting in my car. So what do you think about that? Anyway, I don't know. I guess it was a week ago now. Earl put in his comment section Texas Penal Code 22.05, dangerous conduct, I think. And it is the subsection he's looking at was subsection A, which is a misdemeanor. And it's an offense to recklessly engage in conduct that places another in imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury, or something close to that. I'm just trying to remember it, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't. I don't practice law in Texas. Anyway, Earl thinks that Dougie, Auditor Truth, whatever name he's going by nowadays, is guilty of that. But he goes on to say, what does he know? He's not an attorney. And then he starts talking about intent, and wearing a mask and removing license plate goes to show intent. And that, the follow-up, which he hearted, his own follow-up, that is the evidence that he's not an attorney, because the mens rea requirement is listed in the statute. That mens rea requirement is recklessness. You have to recklessly engage in conduct that places another in imminent risk of serious bodily injury or death. So, what does reckless mean in this situation? Reckless means to know the risk and consciously disregard it. Got to know that there is a risk of death or serious bodily injury and consciously disregard it. Well, that's the first thing that you're going to have to deal with. And was Dougie aware that there was a risk of death, imminent death, or serious bodily injury? And I don't think that he would be, because I was not aware the entire time that there was a risk of death or serious bodily injury. Because if you watch the video, and I can't play it for you because I would get copyright struck again, Dougie Fresh is taking off at a modest rate of speed. And by modest, I mean slow enough that the alleged cop, the alleged undercover or off-duty cop, could get in front of Dougie Fresh's vehicle. While Dougie Fresh is going forward, Dougie Fresh is turning slightly to the left. The alleged off-duty officer gets in front of the vehicle and places his hands on the hood of the car and backpedals a few paces. Now, I don't know about you, but if I am going at a rate of speed where I can backpedal, I don't believe I am in a risk of serious bodily injury or harm. Now, you could make the argument if the alleged off-duty officer had fallen, maybe Dougie Fresh would have run him over. But I don't think that's really going to be the situation, because you have to remember, people commit death by bus, suicide by bus quite often. It's a thing where they see a bus coming and they jump in front of it too late for the bus driver to do anything, to react. And the bus driver isn't guilty of murder or manslaughter or dangerous conduct or anything like that. It's the fault of the person who's placing himself in front. The off-duty officer was certainly recklessly engaging in that conduct. But the other issue is death or serious bodily injury is also defined. Death obviously means death. Serious bodily injury is any bodily injury that creates a substantial risk of death, which is kind of redundant, or that um, oh gosh, causes disfigurement, uh, like not just minor disfigurement, but um, a substantial amount of disfigurement. I don't remember the exact term, or that impairs the use of a limb or an organ uh, for a not nominal length of time, giving someone a Charlie horse where their leg goes numb or something like that wouldn't be enough. It's like a broken arm, broken leg, maybe even a sprained ankle, but probably more like broken. You have to lose the use of it. So Dougie probably was not placing this guy in imminent risk of serious bodily injury or death. And the guy himself, the off-duty officer himself, was trying to place himself in a situation where he was facing risks, probably not of death or serious bodily injury, but certainly at risk of injury itself. So I don't think this is one of those situations where a prosecutor will jump out and try to prosecute Dougie over this, simply because you're going to have a hard time convincing a jury that Dougie is at fault. His attorney will most likely plead that, he's been told to leave. There's an angry mob gathering. He wants to get out of there. He's a confused old man who can't defend himself against all these younger, stronger men who are bearing arms. He wants to beat feet. He wants to kick rocks. He wants to GTFO. And then you've got that off-duty officer for some reason wanting to detain him after he's been trespassed from the property. That's a little weird. Anyway, that's my analysis of it. You often see prosecutors not going after stuff like this. Where you have seen people charged with and convicted of dangerous conduct in a vehicle are much more substantial acts. You don't have to hurt someone to be in violation of that particular statute. One of the ones that I read, a driver in kind of a road rage incident maneuvered himself in his vehicle in front of another vehicle on a highway, wherein he slammed on his brakes. The other vehicle took defensive action and went off into the I don't know what you call it, the little grassy area between the lanes. No one was injured, but still, that was reckless. He knew by slamming on his brakes, either he was going to cause an accident or the other car was going to have to maneuver and could, roll or run into somebody else. So the driver knew that there was a substantial risk of harm, consciously disregarded it. Obviously a high-speed motor vehicle impact does create a substantial risk of death or serious bodily injury. And it's imminent because he's slamming on his brakes right there in front of him. That's the kind of thing that you're looking for. Another one was where a guy thought somebody was stealing from him, I think. And so he got in his vehicle and he was chasing him down. And he actually, at top speed, hit the back of the guy's car. Didn't hurt anybody, but again, high speed could have caused a lot of damage. You'll see it also with drunk driving incidents. Drunk drivers can get charged with dangerous conduct. So that's the kind of thing that you're looking at. You're not looking at a low speed kind of guy trying to get the fuck out because there's an angry mob that don't like his crayon drawings. It's more for high speed, actual dangerous incidences. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.